We would be honored if you would join us.
This is where the fun begins.
Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Sit back, relax, pull that thread.
What is this? A sewing class? We got a sewing circle tonight.
I'm one with the thread. The thread is with me.
One with the thread, the silk thread.
May the thread be with you guys always and forever. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Sitcast Podcast, a Star Wars podcast where we pretty much talk anything and everything Star Wars. I'm one of your hosts, PJ the Paradox Nerd, alongside my co-host Sean Solo, aka Acolyte Collectibles, and we got returning guests. Actually, two returning guests. We got Anthony, aka BMX Jedi, aka Sitcast Holocron, and we got Jason, aka J2SO from Spice Runners Lounge.
What's up?
Oh man, guys, it's time. It's time. Oh my goodness. Whew. I mean, I've never felt this much tension. Yeah. Since
what did you do? Watch the latest episode of Bewitched? Because it sure as hell wasn't Star Wars.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what that was, but man.
It was a musical, by the way.
well, I think in one part of that episode there was someone yelling, like screaming the I was like, what the hell is that? Is that a turkey in the background?
I thought that too. I was like, where the hell is that coming from? And I see one of them.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you heard that, right? I was like, what is that?
Yeah, they did it twice.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, is this like what happens in Hollywood in like these after parties? What's going on?
Eyes wide shut on the cliff.
It was kind of like freaky in a way, but anyways, lots of stuff going on, guys, like in the Star Wars world and the communities. I haven't seen this much divisiveness since The Last Jedi, right? It's just people.
What is this Last Jedi you speak of?
I know, right? That's not my canon. But it's just a shame that like there's like Star Wars fans going against Star Wars fans. I mean, I remember in the prequels when it came out, right? There was like people that disliked it, but they weren't like, they weren't going at it in terms of like Star Wars fans versus Star Wars fans. Usually it's like non-Star Wars fans that are movie buffs, right? That go watch this movie. They're like, oh, what the hell is this? The acting sucks, the plot is whatever. But in the most part, I would say a good majority of the fans enjoyed it. Like, I think as a whole. But at the end of the day, it's still created by George Lucas. It's still in that realm of the lore. But this is just like I don't know. It's like definitely going in a different direction. What George Lucas intended to be.
Yeah, but I don't think they have any intentions to continue Lucas's legacy. They want to make Star Wars their own, but it's like, it's a proven track record. They're already screwing it up because you're trying to make it your own. Like,
yeah, and the thing too is that like I want to know like other people who are fans of other IPs like Lord of the Rings or I don't know, Marvel. If that was the case, if people start making like say for Lord of the Rings, like hobbits, they're not short anymore. They're tall with like not hairy toes. They got like clean toes. I don't know. They get pedicures now.
Snow White.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
What happened?
The Snow White that they were in the works of doing?
Yeah.
They weren't going to be dwarfs.
Oh, they weren't? Oh.
No.
Yeah, but I don't understand why. Why change things that people are love?
Yeah, why don't you come up with something new? Why did you have to ruin the
that's the problem is they don't have any faith or creativity in what they can come up with. So they take something that has a built-in brand. It has a built-in fan base, and they take the label of that thing, and then they make it in the way that they think it should be made.
Yeah.
And like I was saying with Snow White, that they said dwarves were offensive, so they weren't going to do dwarves, and they were going to make them regular sized people. But then you had all these dwarf actors that were raised in hell because that's not how they feel. So you had a bunch of people that weren't dwarves calling the shots on it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing before we dive deep to where we're like hitting the ground rounding here, right? Just let you guys know, if you guys like, I know Star Wars Addict 88 said that he liked it, he enjoyed it, and that's great. Like, we're not here to change anyone's minds. We're not here to argue with you. I think if anything, we're just expressing our opinions and our feelings on how we enjoyed or not enjoyed the show. I think it's there's a lot of like back and forth and a lot of like, I guess, dwarves lives matter. I guess there's a lot of people that are like personally attacking other Star Wars fans, content creators, or whatever the case is. I think we just got to be respectful. And like I said, like for me, it's not my Star Wars, and I understand. Like I see where the direction that they're heading, right? And I get it. I get it. It's not for me anymore, guys. Like that's a sad part, right? But at the end of the day, I still have my prequels, my original trilogy, my Clone Wars, my Rebels, Rogue One. Those are going to be my Star Wars, and if anything else outside of that, or even Mandalorian season 1 and 2, I think that was, as Star Wars as it could get. But anything else like this is just for liking the Screaming Witch. Yeah, man, what the hell? Anyway, that like took me out of the scene, man. I was like,
we need to pull a clip. We need to pull a clip.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I gotta pull that clip up. I was like, what the hell is going on? Is someone getting possessed back there?
That whole scene was like a combination of like the Lost Boys theme, the people chanting when they were getting ready to rip the guy's heart out in Temple of Doom, and like Eyes Wide Shut, After Hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cats the musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk. Let's go around the circle here. We'll start with Jason. What'd you think about like the show? And
you want to pull it up and show how awesome it is?
Yeah. So there's not much to say or not say, right? It's just been, for me at least, I was trying to talk with a coworker today, and I can't think of like, that moment though so far. There's been zero that moment so far for me.
Yeah.
That moment good or that moment bad?
Both. Oh, I guess like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't dislike it enough. They haven't done something to just like spit in our face, right? Where I go, I'm done with this. I hate this. I still want to. I'm hoping it goes somewhere. And, so I'm like at a 5. I watched it last night. I texted the group chat we have on Spice Runners, and right off the bat, I just was like, I got done at like 9:45 last night. I was like, "What's your first thought?" Go, and I was like, "That was like a 3 out of 10 for me last night." Then we talked about it. Probably a 5 out of 10. The show itself is like a 5 or 6 out of 10 for me. It's not the worst. It is my least favorite show they've done, but there's been worse episodes, like the Jack Black Lizzo episode that was god awful. That was tough. That was a horrible episode. This wasn't that bad, but it was just, there was nothing to it. It was talking and chanting and boringness, and then also the other thing, and I get whatever, it's casting. You can do what you can only do, but you're Disney. I feel like if you put out a casting call, everyone's going to show up. Did they go from maternal twins to identical twins later in life? Because they sure as shit are not identical twins.
No.
As children, and that threw me off the whole time. I'm like, those are 2 actresses that are not even looking the same. So It's okay. I want the Wookiee. I love him in the background. I think Soul's going to be a cool character if that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
But I mean, her the mother there, the Zabrak, however you say it.
Yeah,
looks cool. I got excited for a second, but
Yeah, me too.
it's just it's not. I don't know. I don't hate it where I'm like boycotting it, but it's the least impressive Star Wars thing I think Disney has done so far.
Yeah, and,
Like I would rather watch Last Jedi and stuff over this.
oh
so far.
my god,
I
no,
mean that.
don't
I do.
say that.
I've seen Last Jedi a
Yeah,
lot.
oh.
It's my least favorite film, but it looks good. It I don't know. This just feels off. Like you said, it
doesn't feel like Star Wars.
It feels like a fan film of Star Wars of like, how do we attach enough that we don't get hit with trademark problems, but it feels kind of like Star Wars, and that's why I feel like it's not quite there.
Yeah, and I like how you mentioned in Instagram where I like applauded you. It's like the thing too is that like you're giving great reasons why you dislike the show. And I know it's like you get called all these different names if you express that you don't like it. And I hate that. It's just not fair.
No,
it's not fair for anyone. Like we don't have to like the same things that everyone else likes. And I think everyone should respect each other's opinions for that, right?
Yeah, I know we all see a lot of people who are loving it, and that's awesome.
But,
like
yeah,
Clay likes it. Clay's wrong, but he likes it. And no, just kidding, Clay. But yeah, it if you like it and it's for you, like some people, Last Jedi has like a 94 on Rotten Tomatoes, and then the other half of the people hate that film. So it's very but I think like you were saying, it is very like very far left and very far right with Star Wars right now for some reason. It's odd where it's like I don't really like this story, and they're like because it's women, and you're like it's not.
Yes,
it's just,
I actually watched the podcast. They were saying that like, oh yeah, there was these witches, and you know how it is. The Star Wars fans are not gonna like them because they're all women, and I'm like, wow, what an assumption to make.
Yeah. The Night Sisters are badass. These weren't
Night Sisters are badass, and no one says anything about. I mean, we all love the Night Sisters, right?
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know.
I mean, I love Rey. Rogue One, I think, is the best thing Disney's done. And Jyn main female character. We don't have issues. I don't think maybe there is people that have an issue with that aspect of it. But I think the main majority that aren't liking the show is because of the writing or the scripts or whatever. It's not the humans in this acting, it's everything else that
goes writing. There's so many holes in it. You want to know what bothers me too? So apparently the Zabrak mother had the children in her womb, but they came out and they're not an alien. If they were in her womb growing inside of her, she would have part of her DNA. She has 0. She would at least have horns, right?
Yeah, it looks more like the other mom.
But wouldn't you think,
right?
Like, if it's growing inside of you, like it's going to look more like you, and it doesn't?
Yeah.
Like, that's just a hole in writing. Like, wouldn't it be cool to have, like, cool alien kids, and then...
Yeah, like, they come out, like, looking like having, like, Zabrak horns or something like that. If that is they're both the moms, right?
But, it's just, like... stuff like... It's just...
even then too, like the twins, they're not. I think they're real twins in real life. I don't know, but they're not identical.
They're not identical.
Yeah.
But then, okay, if that's the case, then why, when they grow up, they're all of a sudden identical? Which doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it's because of reasons.
Yeah, it's an agenda thing. So
yeah,
but I mean, that's just not good writing. Right? If you sat down and said, all right, we're going to have this happen, and like this, she's going to carry these kids, but she's Zabrak. Wouldn't it be cool to be like, oh, dude, let's like make these alien kids look badass, like a mixture of both or whatever. But they didn't. Yeah. It's like, it takes you out of Star Wars. That's one more thing.
Yeah.
It's lazy.
Everything just feels empty. Yeah. It feels like a shell of what it could be. There's no like gusto. There's nothing inside of this show. It's just, here's this. And you go, cool. And then they go, that's it. It's just a cardboard cutout of what it should be, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's
yeah, and I agree with you. It's just I don't know. There's a lot of like holes in it, and I mean,
there's so much bad stuff, negative stuff. Like, I get it. This is my opinion, everybody.
Yeah.
But it's like, when do you ever try to make Jedi out to be evil? Like they're on a manhunt for children and they're tracking your kids down. Like,
it's kind of creepy if you actually think about it.
Right? Like
It's
they
like-
had Saul creeping in the woods on these girls.
Oh
We're
my
like, what
God.
the hell is this?
Yeah.
So they came to this planet just looking for kids. All of a sudden, just out of the
In
blue,
the bushes, just
it's
I
stupid.
see 2 young children.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's just.
Well, it is
the whole
Disney.
shit. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
All right.
P. Diddy directed this episode.
Jason, what'd you give it out of 10 though?
I give the whole show like a 5 out of 10. I don't hate it. I'm hoping it goes somewhere, but right now it's just middle of the road. It's kind of bland to me.
Okay. All right, let's address the chat real quick before we move on to Anthony's opinion. We got Far From Death Star. What's up? The power of one, the power of two, the power of Sitcast. Let's start the show.
That's yeah.
Happy Hump Day.
What up,
What's
Sean?
up, Stoner? Who else do we got here? Millennium Workshop. We got to get him on the show, man.
What's up, Rex?
What's up, Rex? Who else is here? We got Tel Perrian. What's up, Tel?
What's up,
Thank
man?
you for joining us tonight. Okay. That's Anthony. We got Star Wars Addict 88.
What's up, Clay?
Clay. Who else? We got
Mine
Tony.
didn't stay up there very long.
No.
No, we don't want to get canceled here. Darth Sauron.
Tony.
I'll just stick with the episode 1 through 6. Yep, I'm with you,
There you
man.
go. Yep.
Sharp 4130. Scott, what's going on, man? We got to get him on the show.
Yeah, we'll drag him on.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Martin K. What's up, Martin?
Give a new rating.
Yeah, you think I'm rough.
Oh boy. We got Flex. Jedi
What's up,
Army
Flex?
Child Protection Services.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, there's just, where do we go with this? This is gonna be a long conversation, isn't it?
I know it is. Okay, so Anthony, what's your thoughts, man? Last episode. I mean, we got your thoughts last week with the first two, but
I would say it wasn't as browbeating as I was thinking it was going to be based on what I'd heard. But I still didn't like it. I still thought it just had that, I don't know, ick feeling.
Yeah.
None of it really felt right.
yeah.
And it just feels like a low budget CW, like
Get right.
like the scenes, the dialogue, like Star Wars has never been like over the top intricate with the dialogue, but geez, I mean, it's
like second grade.
just doesn't make sense. Like there's just so much of it that you're just like, it's almost like, like the sisters are sitting there arguing with each other, like during this whole seance or whatever it was. And it's just like, I mean, I get kids do that, but like, come on now, these are supposed to be,
Trained.
yeah, and then they're sitting there doing the, oh, you can, when they're shooting the force at you, and then it's just like, I didn't even really mind like if their whole interpretation, if they are talking about the force,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
Which
what
they
else
are.
could be.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
just call
I'm
it
just
something
saying,
different.
that doesn't even really bother me. It's a different culture, whatever. Like that really wasn't that bad. But there's just so many things. Like I even said last week, like the twins, they're fraternal, but then when they grow up, they're identical. You can't even tell them apart.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. That's just lazy.
No. Yeah. that's
it's just
another thing.
straight lazy.
Yeah. It's like if you're
there's another thing. Oh.
yeah, it's just
Now-
like wait a minute. It's like this is Disney with $100 million budget. Like there's no way in hell you could find identical twins out in the world
That want to be in a Star Wars show.
that wants to be in a
Well,
Star Wars movie.
I know why they couldn't. And
Why?
the reason why they could not is because this whole movie was written, and the person, the girl, I can't think of her name, the main OSHA actress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was made for her.
Yep.
When Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant made the whole show, it was designed for her. It was pitched to her.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be her all along. You know, I would just say what they should have done is they should have got a young actress. I actually think the May one favors the older one more. Have her play both parts. They've done it in a million movies.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, like they have that technology.
Lazy.
This isn't anything crazy. It is weird. They are making it look like the Jedis are out, like, you know, in a van with no windows, searching for kids. You know,
Have some
like,
space candy.
Yeah, like in Family Guy, the old man, you know. Like,
yeah.
We're getting ready to see his lightsaber probably in the next episode. His lightsaber is going to come out, but it's just weird. You know, she loves her sister, but now she's going to kill her. She catches stone on fire.
Yeah,
a candle. You know,
it was such a quick 182 of please don't leave me. I'm going to kill you.
Like, come on.
I have a feeling though that like she didn't kill all those.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that something else happened.
Well, they
and if they go in the way that I think they're going to go, it makes zero sense that I think they're going to make it. I think the Jedi killed him. I think that's why that guy has all that remorse. I think that's what is clouding over top of them, and it makes absolutely no sense. The Jedis would go in there and do that. The only way that would make sense is if right afterwards their eyes turned red and they were all Sith.
Yeah, or like one of them is the Sith, and they swerve you, and they go, "It was that asshole the whole time." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
so now, I tried to look, and I couldn't really tell. Is the Zabrak in those dead bodies? I did see the black lady.
I'm not sure. I want to say I did see her, but I see where you're going. I was thinking the same thing, that she maybe did. She was fighting and was like, well, you know, whatever. I don't like the way this
I'm saying, I think the Zabrak might be Smilo Ren.
Yeah, the bad one.
Yeah, either that or Asian Ezra Miller.
Soul.
No, Asian Ezra Miller, the apothecary.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they were saying that there's a theory going out around saying that that the Sith Lord in this show is Soul, like he's the bad guy.
Which would be, I wouldn't mind it. That's what I was saying. It's so. I think next week
weird.
Yeah, next week has to be good, right? Because we'll be halfway through the show. So if they don't finally grab our attention and give us something, it's very open right now. I feel like so.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows, man?
Yeah, I think this is one perspective, and I think we might end up seeing another perspective of how it went down.
They better show it, because this is. I hate these.
That would be really interesting if Saul was bad.
They need something drastic like that, because I feel like right now it's very bland.
There's no way a Jedi is going to put himself to sleep for 10 years and then wake up and kill himself. Like, what the flip?
Well, it was, you know who that was? That was Tommen. So he has a history of committing suicide over stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's true. But like, come on, give us a break. Like,
think about this.
Why didn't he just off himself before that?
16 years earlier, he was a Padawan. He's been in that state for 10 years. So it took him 6 years to become a master.
I guess.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, see, they didn't do their math.
Well, I was gonna say, how about you, Anthony? I mean, what's your score?
Oh, score for this episode? 3.
Okay.
That's high.
That's pretty high. Jeez.
Well, I almost heard, I give it a 3 because I almost heard hints of good Star Wars theme. They did show a couple lightsabers. And I like the fact that the Wookiee had a comb over.
Yeah, he was a little
That
bald.
Wookiee is so cool.
That
man.
Wookiee's the only.
The Wookiee's
cool part.
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saving the show for me, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know he's
Yeah.
gonna die, probably in the next episode.
Oh, I hope.
Yeah.
not.
You know what? You might be right.
What?
Soul might be the bad guy, and then the Wookiee will die, and the only one left will be him, and that's when he'll reveal himself.
Yeah, because he seems to be like taking care of maybe both of them. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
either that or maybe the
that'd be
whole
really
thing about the
interesting, though.
identical fraternal twins.
Mhm.
Maybe May really is like crazy, and it's her, because I don't think anybody has actually seen both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Remember when she came out and she shot at her in the speeder when she first saw her? She looks over, she goes, May. And then
Yeah, that's
OSHA,
right. Okay.
OSHA shot at her and she took off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
What's
forget that.
Sauron? Yeah, he is. Eunice plays
Yeah.
the Wookiee. He also
Yeah.
plays
Oh, okay.
Chewbacca in the
Yeah.
sequel,
Yeah.
which
All
is
right.
the only tie-in to the rest of Star Wars from the
I
show.
know. And like we talked about last week, I'm sick and tired of those sabers, man. I just need to. I think they need to bring
Yeah.
back those special effects.
You could keep those sabers, but just add a little more to them in post production. You know,
Yeah,
a little
just
more of a
because-
glow, a little hum, a little crackle,
little hum, a
something.
little bit more kinetic
Yeah,
energy coming out. It's just too
too clean.
it just looks like a saber that you and I or anybody in this panel can
Well,
own.
you know, maybe
Well, it
we're
is.
asking a lot.
It
because
is
it's-
probably.
It's not like they have like a state of the art type of
Yeah.
special effects company that they can tap into like other
Yeah.
brands do.
It's got to be hard, right?
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
not everybody has, you know, like the greatest special effects studio. So maybe
Yeah.
we're just asking too much.
I mean, they have ILM, right?
I was being
I know.
sarcastic.
I know. I'm just being cute. I'm
I
like,
would arguably say ILM might be the best.
yeah,
It's the best.
it is the
If
best.
it wasn't for them, if
Okay.
it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be any digital special effects.
Right,
Yeah, or
so-
even Jurassic Park, for goodness sake.
Yeah,
Anything.
exactly. Or,
Yeah,
or T2 or the Abyss.
Whatever.
Or
Yeah.
or any
Name
movie made-
any groundbreaking special effect in a movie.
effects. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh my gosh, those sabers, they really take me out of it. It's like you said, Sean, like the hum, just like the kinetic energy coming
Mhm.
out, just like
They're trying to make the thick Disney Park sabers canon so they can still.
I know, right? Like, oh my gosh, like
Girth sabers.
Yeah.
Saber.
all right.
Earth Mall.
How about you, Sean? What's your
I
thoughts
loved
on-
it.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Oh, hold
I
on,
mean, this
Sean.
was-
What is more tolerable? This or Jar Jar Binks?
Ooh, that's a tough one. At least I can go with Jar Jar because that was Lucas's creation that just didn't work.
I
But
think
you
that
know what?
answers it all right there.
But George learned from it and he phased him out slowly phased him out over the course of those movies.
Yeah.
So he learned from it, like, all right, it doesn't work. I'm not going to do it. But Disney's just stubborn as hell, and they're like, no, we're going to make this ours. It's not
you will
yours.
like it.
When George Lucas dies, that Star Wars will never be yours. It's George Lucas. He's the creator.
Yeah.
This
Only
if
they
it wasn't
had
for George
somebody they
Lucas
could
having
go
the
talk to and ask.
do what?
If only they had somebody they could go
Yeah.
talk
If
to
they had any
and
reference
ask.
or anyone to go talk to, no, because they're just I just don't get it. It is just
And
this
here-
episode really frustrated me. It was,
yeah, before you deep dive to your opinion, it's just I just wanted to piggyback on what you guys said. Like, you know, George Lucas is the creator. They should be like going to him for a lot of things.
Yes.
Like, right? He's alive still, and it's just one of those things. To remember with Game of Thrones, like the first was it 5 seasons were great and started like tapering off. You know why it started tapering off is because they ran out of content, like a lot of like reference material.
Yeah, they didn't have
Like
the books.
the
and so they went rogue.
the writing showed it, because those writers that are writing for the show are not as good of a writer as George R.R. Martin. So it's like he didn't finish the books just because he's I don't know if he's lazy or he just takes forever to write a book.
Yeah,
But still, it's both. But again, it showed. That's why the last season was horrible in Game of Thrones, just because they literally they're just trying to make it to the finish line, right? They're exhausted, they're tired, they're dehydrated, they're just trying to make it. So this is basically, all these shows are basically a result of not going to George and maybe like, hey George, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that? Does this work, or is this in the realm of Star Wars? Because I know those expanded universe books, they used to go to George and be like, hey, what do you think about this and that? And George would be like, oh yeah, you could do this or you could do that. But
the thing that's holding out hope for me is Filoni is head creative director, right? So everything has to funnel through him in some way.
Yeah.
And he, most of the time, I would say 95% of the time, is gold, and he knows what's good. So maybe I'm thinking there'll be a swerve, some sort of flip halfway through, and we go, wow, we talked so much crap about the show at the beginning. They saved it in the end. That is wishful thinking, but I'm hoping, with Filoni's name attached to it, I'm hoping it comes out good in the end. But the fact he let these 3 episodes out kind of does not upset me, but it concerns me, I guess.
Yeah.
Filoni's been there, and they've done Book of Boba, they've done Obi-Wan. At some point, he either doesn't have the creative control that we thought he did, or he's
I don't think
right
he does.
in line with them.
I think he has control, right? But I think there's someone above him that does, like,
I think Death Star's got it.
Yeah, he is. I think, I hate to say it too, I think it's just like, basically, and we all know it too, when it comes to licensing. And I think we talked to a bunch of people that work in the industry. Like, they could present like a product that they made, right? Like, they sculpted, but then it has to go through this rigorous process of getting it approved through Disney, and Disney could say, we don't want this, or you have to add this, or I'm sure it's the same way where Filoni's ideas are great, but I'm sure there's someone that's probably nitpicking. Hey, you got to add this. Hey, listen, more of this or more of that, or less of this and less of that. And I'm sure he's got bills to pay too, like the rest of us. So I'm sure, like, he's got a great gig, and he probably doesn't want to lose it. And I'm sure there's battles that he wins and a lot of wars that he loses. So, yeah, it's just hard, man. I just and the thing too is that, like, we as fans, right? Like, instead of like bickering and arguing with each other online about like how it should be, maybe just, I think for me, like, just stay quiet and just speak with your money, man. All right. Like, for me, just don't, if you don't like it, don't watch the show. As simple as that. Like, you could always refer back to like the movies or the shows that you love. And maybe try not to ruin for yourself if you feel like or see that the show is going in a really, really bad direction. But yeah, how about you, Sean? What's your thoughts? Complete thoughts.
Listen, I don't like it. It's like, I don't know if it's because I'm a child. Dude, I just don't like. I mean, I love it. I love how straight shot you are. Yeah, I'm a child of the 70s. The original trilogy is my Star Wars. It took me years to warm up to the prequels. Now, granted, Revenge of the Sith's badass. Like, right off the bat, you're like, I mean, that's what we all waited for. But the first two, like, it really took me a long time to warm up to it.
Yeah.
But, to be honest, like, I struggle with the whole, like, having witches in Star Wars. And it's not a woman thing, everybody. It's just the fact that I feel like that's more Lord of the Rings, what realm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
more
I think
fantasy than sci-fi.
Exactly. So that really bothers me right off the bat. And it's not because they're women. I mean, like, you could have a whole group of warlocks and I'd still be like, it's not Star Wars.
Yeah,
like,
Gandalf out of my Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, this dude looks like Frodo right here. It's driving me crazy.
It does.
Frodo's going to go take a nap for 10 years and then wake up and just off himself because he's got nothing to live for.
Well, you see that haircut? Dude. I would too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I take that over my bald head. That's all. No, honestly, like, yeah, dude. But honestly, I'm just an OT guy, and it's like I said, it took me years to warm up to the prequels, and I like them now. Like, I was always struggling with Clone Wars, just watching them because they were cartoons, and then I broke down and watched Rebels first, and love that. So when I see the witches and that kind of throws me off right at first. And I really came into the show being an optimist about it. I was trying not to let the director's opinions and all this affect us. I'm really tried to zone it out. And I think I gave the first 2 episodes, like a 6.5, 6 or something last week when we talked about it. But this episode right here completely brought it down for me because there's so many holes in it. And I understand, like Jason said, hopefully they're going to explain some of this and try to give us the big reveal at the end with the Sith. And they explain why all the witches is just laid out right there. It looks like they all just tried to like off themselves and drank some Kool-Aid and killed themselves. But that to me, that was weird. The fact that she caught Brick on fire I was like, what? And even the fact that she's like, I'm just going to kill you. And these kids were just playing in the woods. Like, I'm loving you. And we're one and all this. And next thing you know, she's going to murder her. Like, come on. And I already said about they should have been half Zabrak. I think that would have been really cool.
I agree.
Imagine the main character being like, have some horn. Like, it would be badass.
Yeah.
And guess what, everyone? It would be a badass female. Because this isn't the first time female. If you think about it, A New Hope, Princess Leia was the lead hero. She was the leader of the rebellion. She was guiding Luke in his ways, telling Han what to do. She was the boss of that movie. She was. Hell, she's telling Tarkin what's up. She's not afraid of him. Like 1977 female lead hero, by the way. Everyone loves her. Like, come on, people. So I really get aggravated when. Like we talked about, if you dislike this, all of a sudden you're a racist or you don't like women. Like, that is complete bullshit. That's bullshit, everyone. We love Star Wars. We love, like we say, it's always good writing. And if you would stick to George Lucas's plan, I mean, you have the blueprint to make all good Star Wars content. And it's so aggravating because Disney wants to mold it into their way. This is our Star Wars. It's like, no, Star Wars will never be yours. You may pay $4 billion for it, but it will never be yours. Like, I mean, maybe 40 years from now, 50 years from now, when we're not on this earth anymore, and like, who knows if it's even going to be around, or then maybe it could be your Star Wars. But right now, it's not working, and it's baffling because they've had so many bad series. Like, how do you not see your formula is not working? And it's like I'm so torn. Like, I do want to give it hope, and hopefully it flips. So I'm torn between watching the next episode after this. This really bugs the crap out of me. It's just, but as you could tell, I didn't like this one.
Oh, wow.
But I want to see where it goes. And it's like, it's going to piss me off even more. And then I'm like,
exactly. It's tough because it's not enough for me to throw it in the trash. And I want to keep watching in hopes, but it's also not enough that I'm screaming from the rooftops, Acolyte, which I think also was the most annoying thing. Was you get the first episode,
you're not going to get the Acolyte shirt.
Jason, I could picture you like just going up to the rooftop with your like wand and you're just like screaming like those.
He's got his lightsaber.
It's like Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I'm yelling Acolyte instead of Sanctuary. I'm up there.
Yeah, it's like oh no, he's like Jason. You're like this. And you're like, what?
Yeah. That's another damn thing where they started making it a musical. Because if you actually listen to their chant, all of a sudden it started getting a rhythm, and I'm like, what the hell? That is nowhere near Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, well, the Ewoks were singing at the end. I'm like, yeah, but they're Ewoks.
Yeah, but they were singing.
But they were singing in joy. And at that point, it was the end of Star Wars for all of us. We thought Return of the Jedi was the last one, and it was like it was a happy occasion, fireworks and blah blah blah. But they're doing some crazy chant for these girls who are clearly not mature enough to ascend or whatever they call it.
Yeah, ascend.
The whole time he's trying to teach her, they're back there playing and slapping each other. I'm like, it just throws me out. I cannot take it serious when I see stuff like that.
I actually would have liked it if the mother would have force choked one of them out.
Right? Like straighten your ass up. Gen X, baby. That's how we do it.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Exactly. But no, dude, it's
well,
so many things have thrown me off.
What's your score then? Oh my god.
Do it.
Zero.
Oh wow!
I don't like it. I did not like this.
This is the first
there was
time.
not,
Dude,
yes,
like, and you know what, guys? Like, seriously,
because I'm an
Sean's
optimist.
Sean's always been. I mean, if anything, I'm the negative person here, but Sean's always the optimist, and for him to say, that's
this
crazy.
is the first episode of any of their series that I did not find one thing appealing about it. I was tweaked from the beginning when all of a sudden the Jedi looked like they were hunting children. Where Saul, like I said, Saul's in the woods, and then he shows up. Do you have any kids? And I'm just like, what? Like, what kind of horse shit is this? Like, Jedis are the protectors, and they're regal and royal. They're not friggin' kidnappers. Like, it's stupid. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, tell us how you really. Tell us what
dude,
you
it
really.
fires me up. It fires me up because it's not Star Wars.
Short bus riding.
Yeah, it's not Star Wars. Period. It's just not.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to give it like you say. Hopefully it'll change and maybe they'll fill in some of these holes. But
yeah.
How many times have we sat here and thought this? And
that's
it's like,
true.
you know, we're like Charlie Brown and Lucy, and it's just like they are what they are. They're doing what they're doing. And we just need to accept it and believe it.
Oh wow.
Ricky's like, he said, I like to rate things as a whole. Acolyte story is not done, so I'm giving it a shot. Ricky, I'm right there with you too. I've been like that with all these series.
Yeah. And how does that end up?
It hasn't ended up well.
There you go.
Yeah. Like to be honest, like I understand everyone has different feelings and people like it and dislike, and it's perfectly fine. Yeah. I mean, like we were talking to Flex a few weeks ago, like he does not like Andor. And I even told him, I was like, well, I'm going to go back and watch Andor again. Just maybe I can see it in a different perspective, like the way you kind of see it. And I started watching it. I'm halfway through it right now. I love it. I love it even more. I'm like, it's such a good show. It really, it's the best writing they've done next to Rogue One.
Yeah, it is really good writing.
It's tied in with Rogue One.
Yeah, but the thing too, but no one, I don't see anyone divided with that show, right?
No, not like this.
Not like
There's some people that didn't really care for it. They thought it was kind of boring.
Which I get it. It is slow. It is slow.
Which is fine. Which is fine. Like I thought it was boring in the first 2 episodes. It was very slow moving. Not what I'm used to. Because with Star Wars, especially like you watch Revenge of the Sith, you watch any of those movies, it's like right to the point. Boom, 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 boom. Right?
Yeah.
But this,
see, I like. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just real quick. It's just but I still enjoyed it though. As much as I thought it was kind of a little bit, I still enjoyed it because it still felt like Star Wars to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this is just a sci-fi a show. But go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
But I don't mind how slow it got because I'm into like Cloak and Dagger spy movies that do move slow. Like I like that. A lot of people don't, and that's that seems like that was the most divide on it. It was like people thought it was boring and slow. But see, I like that type of stuff because the story's good. It doesn't always have to be super action packed for me to go, this is the greatest, Yeah. And I kept telling myself too, like, okay, they have a good story. It's filmed well. The acting's good. And the second season's, yes, it was like 12 episodes too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what they should give you every time. Disney should give themselves enough time to tell a correct story. They don't do that, but they did it. But they did it with Andor.
Or you know what? Just do what Netflix does. Just give it all to us in one shot, so we could shut the hell up, right? So we can just, just give it to us one shot. We'll watch it as a whole, and then we'll judge it. No, it doesn't give any time for us, like even us, like we're talking about it now, to kind of say, oh wait, we have to wait next episode. No, we get it as a whole. We judge it as a whole, and then we go from there.
It as a whole.
And as much as like we enjoy like the free content for us to talk about it, right? I just don't want to do this anymore, right? Like I don't want to like disappointment after disappointment. And Sorak said it best is that like or Far From Death Star is because we said Boba will change, we said Kenobi will change, we said Mandalorian season 3 will change, and the changes don't come, and it changes like, and the thing too, it changes like the characters that we love. Like for me, we see with Boba, he goes from badass in season 2 of Mandalorian to like something. I'm like, what is going on here? Like at 180, he's like now like riding with the moped gang, and it's just like he's not like a badass anymore. He's reserved, and I made some excuses for that. Hey, I was like, hey, people change and things like that.
Yeah. Because we wanted to like it.
Because we wanted to like it's my character. It's Boba Fett.
Like, I appreciate that show so much better after this because.
Yeah, me too.
I love him with the Tuscans, right? You're into
that was awesome.
Episode. Yeah. I was pumped. I was amped, and then we got the Vespas and stuff. This has not drawn me in, and I Boba. I was excited to talk about Boba and be like, oh, you see, he's the new Tuscan Raiders and this, and here's something new, right? But that's familiar to us. Tuscans. Yeah. Oh, there's different tribes of Tuscans. They dress different. They act different. This is like, Mom, I want Star Wars, and she says we have Star Wars at home, and this is what you got.
Yeah.
It's like generic RC Cola of Star Wars, where it's like,
yeah, there you go, nice.
Hey, I kind of like that. Well, you know what it is. You're like, oh,
good analogy.
RC. Yeah. I mean, it's a good analogy because you're like, oh, RC.
It's like this isn't Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
it's like the Food Lion brand of Mountain Dew.
Yeah. It's Four Loko. It's like, what the Mom? I didn't want that.
It feels like a sci-fi film.
Yes,
right. It's like Rebel Moon. Well, like you go, oh, Rebel Moon, but it's not.
I could see this being part of Rebel Moon.
Well, yes. Well,
easily.
I think I see this part of like you remember the Sci-Fi Channel had their own sci-fi. I feel like this is part of that channel's lineup. Yeah. And Sean, thanks for your opinion on this. And
I know you're not used to a massively negative opinion,
dude.
I'm not. This really, I was like,
zero.
Dude, I've never given like a score really lower than like a 4.
Well,
but this really hit home because I'm like, what are they gonna do with this now?
Yeah,
I just don't like the entire, just the idea of making Jedi evil, and I don't like this.
Yeah, so for me, I'm with you. I mean, I definitely give it a score of like a 0 as well. And I think for me, it's just yes, we heard like rumors swirling around and things like that. And I think Sean and I, you could even watch our past episodes. We were kind of like excited for the show because the Acolyte, it's dark side, man. I'm like, hey, I'm all for it. Like we're killing Jedis. I'm done. I'm cool with that. But then in watching this, the first 2 episodes, I think I gave it like a 6.8 or 6.5 or something like that, which is
I was about there with you.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is not bad, right? It's got really good potential, and then all of a sudden it just hits like a freaking wall. I mean, those twins, I'm sorry, but the acting wasn't there for them. Like, I don't know, it just didn't really hit me. Like, it didn't draw me, and there's so many holes and so many things that were off. I know they were saying that this might change Star Wars with, I guess, the witches. Both they have 2 moms and one was. So my problem is with lore. I'm all about lore. As long as you stay true to the lore, I will like that Star Wars show. Mm-hmm. But with the Force, like with them calling the Force like a thread, and I get it, it's a different way of seeing the Force outside of like the Jedi, right? But then the fact that you created a life, and the only person that we know that was almost like an immaculate or it is an immaculate conception was Anakin. And if you
the
chosen one, and if you look at all the like you look at Lucasfilms and all the articles, they even said it was the will of the Force that made Anakin come to life. It was the balance that the wills sent to bring balance to the Force. He's the chosen one. So now them creating that is really like, man, it's almost like, all right, guys, like I wish I'm cool with them maybe birthing it. I don't know, like, but not something like different where they're like, I don't know.
Have them hatch out of eggs. I don't give a shit.
Have them aliens hatch an egg out,
like
whatever
the
case is.
Like a bird.
Like, I don't care. But then now you're diving into the lore of the chosen one, which I have a problem with, because I'm like, that was one of a kind. So these 2 are the chosen ones too.
Also, or how many others are out there? It's like you go, all right, I know you heard of Moses, but did you hear about Paul and Dan? They also parted the sea. Well, now Moses' story doesn't sound as cool, does it?
Yes.
Right?
Right.
If
Yeah,
Exactly.
someone else has already done it. So
if Moses' thing was a dime a dozen, you'd be like, well, okay. So now this does downplay. I felt the same way because,
yeah,
you know, I was like, this takes away the lore of Anakin was made. He's a once in a millennia creation because he's, you know,
the wills of the Force, like
and
the
it downplays
midichlorians.
him.
Yeah.
It downplays how powerful, to me at least, how powerful Plagueis was.
Yeah.
If he was able to manipulate the Force, but apparently random witches on a hilltop can do it as well. And it's like, all right, so what the hell are we doing here?
It's
what are
like
we playing with here?
It's one thing to like, and that's where I'm like,
There you
it's
go,
like
exactly.
where I just had enough is enough. For me, I made excuses for Book of Boba when he changes his character from being a badass to something a lot softer than a badass bounty hunter. Then Kenobi with just the inconsistencies with just the show itself. It really looked like a CW show, or even like, you know, just because it didn't have a big budget. I mean, Anakin's face was like not the aged well. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Some of the like the CGI did look really fake, and the set pieces too. I'm like, all right, but still, it's Kenobi. I enjoyed the fight scene between Anakin and or Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. It took me, you know, like I made excuses for like with Leia. Remember how fast she was running in the first couple episodes, and she was avoiding those guys, and they were like slow as hell trying to catch her. I'm like, what's going on here? I mean, and remember like the gate, like where they walked around the gate. You know, it's like, what the hell is that gate for then? I mean, I made excuses for that. And then Mandalorian season 3 comes, you know, with the Lizzo episode, and now Mandalorian is not the focus is not on Mandalorian anymore. It's the focus is on Bo-Katan. Like we're shifting gears. Like now Mandalorian is more of like a side character, and instead of being the main character, brought Grogu back. There's so many things that like it's just like, all right, enough is enough. Like now we're playing with the Chosen One and Anakin. It's like, okay, like Disney, stop messing around with anything that has to do with like our legacy characters, right? You already did with Luke, you did it with Han, you did it with Leia, you did it with so many, all these characters. Like you literally are trying to kill the past. Like, and I'm like tired of it. I'm tired because these are my Star Wars. Okay, great. You want to focus on the new generation of Star Wars fans, but don't kill the old ones. We're still around. We're the ones that's still buying like merchandise and watching these shows. We're the ones with the money. I'm sorry. We're the ones with the money here. We're the ones that's going to go to Disney Galaxy's Edge and spend thousands of dollars and buying like all these expensive saber hilts. Like you're going to try and like remove us from the Star Wars fandom. Okay, you know what?
For the Disney Plus.
Yeah, who's paying for the Disney Plus? I'm sorry, this is my credit card. Okay, you win. You win, Disney. I'm just gonna go cancel my subscription. I'm gonna move on from like all these new shows. Apparently, I know when I'm not wanted, right? You want to focus on, okay, fine. I will just I have my original trilogy, I have my prequels. I don't want to change anyone's minds. If you enjoy it, great. I'm happy for you. But obviously, I'm not enjoying it. And a lot of us OT fans, original trilogy fans, and a lot of like OG fans are not enjoying it. Okay, fine. You know what? We're going to move on. Let's move on. Let's just, you know, I'll watch Game of Thrones. I watch The Boys. There's other shows that I still enjoy outside of Star Wars, right? I just don't want to be disappointed over and over and over again. Like when is enough, right? It's like Andor was great, Rogue One was great, but it's just like, oh my god, like
No, none.
you know how many Rosicos or DJs are sold? I don't know. Please, exactly. There's like how much merchandise. You know when the merchandise started spiking up was when Grogu came into the picture. When season 2 of Mando came in, there was a resurgence of happiness in the Star Wars universe. where people were like happy, everyone's enjoying his company, no one was arguing, people started buying stuff. Cad Bane was in it. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that happened. Luke came back and was the badass Luke that we always wanted to see, right? And all those things, and it's just like Mando season 3 did a 180 and started like going the path like I don't want to follow. And Ahsoka was good.
Follow.
Yeah, Ahsoka was good, but I mean, even with Ezra is like I don't know, like he's was one of the main characters in Rebels, but not anymore in Ahsoka. Well, I mean, I get it. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's it's an Ahsoka show, but he didn't really do anything in that show. But anyways, like I don't know anymore. Like I just feel like now I'll just sit in my corner. I'll enjoy what I have right now. And I won't watch anything like this because this is not Star Wars, guys. No, to me, it's not. It's like really it's like someone's version of Star Wars. Someone that is not as a hardcore fan as us, right? Mando season 2, that's Star Wars because you know who made it? A big Star Wars fan, Jon Favreau. Who wanted to see Luke be a badass and kick some ass. This, I don't know, man. I don't know. The Jedis are evil. They're hunting children down.
These are the chosen ones.
These are the chosen ones.
I think that's where they're going to go with this. I think that's why the Zabrak mom said if they find out, they will take them if they find out how you made them.
Yeah, if these were the chosen ones, how come there's nothing that was mentioned in the prequels about, hey, did you know that there was twins that were chosen ones before Anakin? Okay.
Yeah, I get it. Maybe because it was 100 years ago, but I don't know.
Even then, they always had like the Jedi archives. They always had some. Yeah. I mean, Yoda was alive. They would have mentioned anything like that. But it's like, okay, it's all right.
Well, it's like when they had Rey kill Palpatine.
Yeah.
It basically kind of took a shit on Anakin's turn back from Vader and killing Palpatine and bringing balance to the Force. Kind of took a shit on it.
Yeah. Exactly. There's a lot of stuff. And, it's like, I know we try to ignore it, but I think at some point when you go, enough is enough. These are like my legacy characters. Just leave them alone. But it's just like we go back to trying to ruin everything that we grew up and love. I mean, what's next?
I'm waiting for them to take a dump on Yoda.
Oh yeah, I heard they are.
I think that's coming.
I heard they are.
Oh, that's not going to be good.
Yeah, I heard they made him look like a really bad guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that, but it would not shock me. I think I
heard that. Yeah,
because they pretty much done it with all the other. Well, I'd say the only character they probably haven't made look bad would be R2, 3PO, and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it time.
Well, yeah, didn't Leslie Headland say, the director of the show, say that R2D2 is a lesbian?
I take that back.
Didn't say that she said it's canon that R2D2 is a lesbian?
Yeah, but she kind of said it tongue in cheek. I think she was kind of joking.
But
I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe. Yeah, but it's just. I mean, I don't know. Like, again, they're. I get it, Disney. They're not making shows or movies for us anymore.
Yeah.
Or me at least, right? I'll speak for myself. I'm sorry. What's up, Evan? They're not making shows or movies for me anymore. They want to focus in a different path and a different generation of Star Wars fan. I get it. It's like I overstayed my welcome. Moving on. I have my prequels. I have, I have 1 through 6, right? Episode 1 through 6. It ended perfectly in episode 6 in Return of the Jedi. Anakin was redeemed. Death Star was destroyed. Emperor dies, doesn't come back. Everyone's happy. There's no cloning of the Emperor a billion times. There's no Snoke. There's no.
Hey, throw 7 in there for me, okay? Do me a favor. Put Force Awakens in there for me.
I like Force Awakens.
I enjoy Force Awakens. Okay, I'll throw Force Awakens in there. There's Rogue One in there, but Last
Rogue One,
Jedi.
for
Oh
sure.
my
There's
gosh.
a lot of hope with
No.
Force Awakens.
No,
Oh yeah, there was.
I think the thing about Force Awakens is when it came out, I absolutely loved it because I had this thought of where it was going, and
Yeah.
everything they set up in it, they completely threw it in the trash and went down another dirt road, and just like
Yeah.
everything that had possibility and coolness in it, they never even addressed it. It was completely garbage. So because of what that set up, and then they just didn't do any of it, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
No.
Did you know, just a fun fact, did you know that J.R.R. Tolkien didn't want to sell Lord of the Rings to Disney? That's in this is like in his will or something like that.
I didn't know that, but
Yeah, you tell
Yeah.
me that.
Yeah,
Which-
so
Dude,
it's almost like he knew like it was gonna get destroyed if
Dude,
he sold it to this.
I watched those this weekend, right? And the whole time I was watching it, besides just they're great movies, everything was done in those movies with a purpose. There was no agenda. There wasn't Peter Jackson going, I'm going to throw this in because that's how I feel about this. And it's a little undertone. Everything just like the smallest thing they did to make this plot point make sense, right? And I'm like, they don't, that's the thing is they don't think, they just make it to go, here's content. And I think Force Awakens, the hype around it, because we hadn't had anything for 10 years, and it's a movie, and you can see on the big screen with your friends and get popcorn. Yeah. And this is just, hey, did you guys like, what the hell was the last thing that was just on? Bad Batch. You like Bad Batch? Well, it's done. Here's a 2-week break, and then you get Acolytes. And it's like, we're just getting, I understand that it is nice to get content, right? If it's done properly. But I feel like we're just getting stuff for the sake of getting stuff, like they're not putting effort into it. They're just going, here you go, dogs, here's some more Star Wars, you son of a bitch. Like give us good canned food. We don't want this crunchy food.
So Finn not becoming a Jedi was such a disappointment. No, that's perfect example. It's like I thought he was going to be a Jedi, and in a lot of those trails in Force Awakens he was holding that saber. I was like, oh wow, cool. Right, and he didn't.
It's all a bait and switch.
But even then, it's like you want diversity, but then you don't do what you say you're gonna do. And it's like even with Rose Tico, like her character was like non-existent in The Rise of Skywalker, right? You just made her more annoying than anything, which I really feel bad for the actress because I think she's a great actress. But it's just like what? It's like okay.
She was a pointless character,
right? And she's Asian. I'm Asian too. I was hoping that she had some like a bigger part in Rise of Skywalker, but she didn't. So, and even with Finn, the only thing I remember Finn doing in The Rise of Skywalker was calling out for Rey. Rey. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
They turned him into a simp.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Finn the simp.
That's all he was. All he cared about was Rey.
Yeah. They missed so many opportunities, like
until the last movie. Then he started caring about Poe a little too much.
Yeah. And it's just,
if you just think of all the things that they set up for possibilities. Who is Rey's parents? Is she related to Luke? Because his saber called out to her. Is Finn gonna somehow have the Force? What all these possibilities. Who is Snoke? Is he a secret apprentice? All these different things, and they just abandoned it all. And it all meant nothing.
Oh well, they're trying to explain it like in like shows, right? Like how did Palpatine come back? Somehow Palpatine came back. Now we're deep diving and watching all these shows to figure it out, right? All the cloning
to make it make sense.
To make it make sense. Bad Batch, I was Project Necromancer. Okay, what happened in Bad Batch about Project Necromancer? Nothing. That's all we heard was Project Necromancer.
Yeah, the perfect stage to set it up to explain.
Oh yeah.
And they just abandoned it.
Yeah. They just like didn't give us anything. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Bad Batch was okay, but I mean, did I really fully enjoy it like Rebels? No. Again, I get it, guys. I'm like I said, enjoy it. Whoever's enjoying it. I'm not here to change your mind, please. I'm not here to trash you or blame you. Nothing. I am just removing myself from any of the disappointment anymore. I'm just done. And enjoyed the thread.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give it a 0. Yeah. Oh, Kelly Tran is an awesome person. She executive produced my friend's movie. Oh, that's awesome. See, I feel like this is an intervention for PJ right now. It is.
I've never seen her in another movie, so
yeah.
I just think that her character made no sense.
Well, she had. Oh my gosh, it was like. I think Finn was going to sacrifice himself in The Last Jedi. I was like, oh, wow, this is going to be like an epic moment. And then Rose takes it away from him. And I'm like, okay. All right. What the heck? I was like,
essentially, I just thought she was a pointless character.
Yeah.
She didn't serve any purpose, really. Like,
yeah. Well, the thing, too, is like,
save Rose.
Yeah, so with the Acolyte, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens, but as of right now, just not feeling it.
So what show do we have after this coming?
House of Dragons Sunday night.
Oh yeah, we know that one.
The Boys.
Star Wars show, Anthony.
The Boys.
The Boys. Yeah. There's a lot of other content that you can watch besides if you're not enjoying the Acolyte, but and like I said, I just don't like the fact that like we give like constructive criticism. Why are we all of a sudden like an is or a it's like. What?
And the thing is, when we do give our criticisms, we break it down and explain why we are saying that. And it has nothing to do with what you think is in your mind about us criticizing something that you created.
Yeah.
And it would be different if it was just a handful of us that just were kind of like that. But every single person across the fandom right now is talking about how bad this show is and what it's doing to Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's the writing, it's the direction,
it's the not lore.
Who's in the show, it's not the actresses, it's not anything of that.
It's the lore too.
The story and the lore and trying to show respect to it. Instead, you're going off on your own little tangent, trying to recreate something it's just not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, even
like
watch. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I say maybe 30 years from now, someone will start accepting it because the OT people have passed on, and you're just not really passing that down to your kids. Going, listen, this is Star Wars, and you start teaching all your kids about like this is Anakin, this is Luke, this is Leia. Like when you start learning about it, and you once all that's gone, you can go ahead and start all over. Or if you want to do something like this, why don't you just create it and don't call it Star Wars?
Yeah, call it Rebel
Moon. The problem is they try to hijack
Rebel Sun.
Yeah,
they hijack a brand, and then they make it the way they want to make it, and they don't really care. I don't think they really care.
Yeah,
amen,
King Dingaling. There is,
and I think some of these people are probably good movie directors, but I just don't think they are good for making a Star Wars movie. They
don't understand it.
Dude, look at Last Jedi was so, like you said, here's everything you want to know, and then he took if there were 10 plot points, Rian Johnson went, all right, screw all of those plot points that you want to know about. But everything he's done outside of Last Jedi, I love. I
agree. I think he's a great director.
He is awesome. But then Star Wars, he just tried to be, I don't know what. And it's like, what the hell? You're awesome. Why couldn't you do this?
Or maybe he got first of all, he said
also
KK. He also maybe KK gave him a list of things: kill Luke Skywalker, make him look like he abandoned everyone. But here's the thing too. I just with when I heard Rian Johnson was directing Star Wars, I was like, oh my gosh, the director of Looper! Holy crap! You watch Looper? It's like one of the best time travel. Holy moly! You're like, wow, okay, I get it why they hired him. He's a great director. But then when you watch Last Jedi, beautifully made, but the lore, no one stayed true to the lore. That's a problem, right?
Cinematically, that movie is phenomenal.
Yes,
but it just doesn't follow.
That's what all like. Yeah, that's what all.
There's a lot of directors that I really like their movies in general. But they may not be good for a Star Wars movie.
Yeah. I mean, what happens if you start changing the lore of Spider-Man and then now he could just he can only he's like Aquaman. He can only stay in the water now, but he's Spider-Man. Wait, that's not a Spider-Man. That's
It's not the same character. It's a different character.
It's a different character. So it's the same thing with Star Wars. Luke Skywalker has always been the hopeful one. Like, okay, hey, don't save your friends. No, I gotta save my friends.
Yeah.
He redeemed Vader.
He redeemed his father.
Yeah.
He had faith in his father, even though his father killed younglings and thousands of Jedis. But then he has a dream about his nephew, like going to the dark side, and he's got to kill him.
And see, now here's something about that. If they would have made that obvious, that let's say Palpatine was the one that put that into his head, that would actually be acceptable.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just saying, at
least they would give it a reason.
At least we would not say Luke Skywalker would not do that of his own volition. You know?
Yeah, I think what would redeem Last Jedi is if they, we're all cloning, and just like in what's the book? Oh my gosh, Heir to the Empire, right? Maybe they clone Luke, right? And that's not the Luke that we know. Maybe the real Luke is trapped somewhere with Ahsoka, like in like another universe or something like that. I don't know, something like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying that would have been a little thing that they could have done in that movie that at least would have made us say, like, okay, I understand why Luke did something like that.
Yeah, give you an explanation. Like,
yeah.
Instead, we're like, what? Like, he wouldn't kill his own nephew. Like, come on.
Yeah, like, geez, man. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna go tune in on Tuesday night to like watch Star Wars. Well, I should, because we got to talk about it for next week's show. Damn it! If I didn't have a podcast, I wouldn't watch it. But well, luckily for me, or unlucky for me, like it's my cancel. So I canceled Disney Plus. So, and plus, there's no other Star Wars show that's coming out anytime soon.
What if we talked about House of the Dragons episode 1 on Wednesday night?
Oh my god!
Because I think it's going to be a banger.
Yeah, I heard. And the boys was going to be a banger. So we got.
When does that start? Friday night?
Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel better now, guys. I let it off of my chest. I got that out. Sorry.
He hasn't hugged his kid yet because he was afraid of what would happen. He's like, I gotta get this out first. I can't see my family until I get this out.
I know.
All right, now it's time to talk about how to protect our wallets from all these new things coming out.
Yeah, speaking of the Chosen One, this was kind of teased today. Well, not teased, like this is released.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about this?
Is that sculpt the same as the prototype when they showed?
No, it looks cheaper, sadly.
Does it?
I did a side by side. I put them together. I sent to the one group. Here, Sean, I could send you the thing I had. The tunic is a bit dark and kind of more of a red, and the sculpt is a little different.
If we could share it, Sean.
But it still looks good. I don't know if you guys did. Any of you pre-order this?
No,
I did. Jason.
I did too. So I was like, I know I gotta.
Well, I'm hoping that like once I get it in hand, like it'll look a lot different. Maybe I'm hoping it's the lighting.
It might be different photos,
Yeah, Jason, you're an Anakin fan, right?
That's your favorite? He's my favorite, all-time favorite character. Him and Vader are.
Yeah, so that's why, like, that's one of the main reasons. I know I hate to go back to the Acolyte. That's one of the main reasons why I don't like that show. Just for that reason alone, with the immaculate conception of those twins. But anyway, enough of the Acolyte. Yeah, it's
it's soft. Like
it's softer. The portrait's softer.
And the outfit looks.
It's more.
It looks
reddish
almost
brown.
like a cheaper material, right? The left looks like a high-end figure. The right kind of looks like almost like a sideshow Jedi Order of the Jedi figure with a head
sculpt
on it or something.
Yeah. Do you think that the new sculpt? It's like the one on the left looks like, I get it, it's a camera angle, but it looks like his face is a little bit longer. Like look at his forehead.
Yeah.
And then his jawline, it looks like the sculpt looks different.
I think I'm excited to see. I always watch Justin's collection because he always does great reviews.
Mhm.
And usually he's pretty honest about like, here's this, that. Yeah, I'm hoping it's better in person. It looks good though, but
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not horrible.
But the prototype looks better.
Yeah, the prototype definitely looks better.
They look together.
But see, even in that, it doesn't have that red look as much.
Yeah.
It could be the camera. Yeah.
It could be the camera.
Because even go back to the other picture, his face is in a very similar picture. Like that looks more like
the prototype. Yeah,
I think it's just a little softer, the paint apps and everything, but
yeah,
which is usually the case whenever you go from prototype, because these are like the prototypes are like they make sure it's like perfect, right?
A one of one perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
I mean, that looks good.
It's a little soft. The paint.
A little soft. Yeah,
it's a little bit.
But again, it's me. I don't know if it's the camera or
could be.
Sometimes it is. I've seen a lot of times where the camera makes it look a certain way, and then you see them in person, and you're just like, oh wow, that didn't look anything like the coloring.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I wish I still collected Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Now, does that come with like his arm? Can you put the gold
arm?
It
comes with the metal arm, and it has a droid factory base rather than just the typical Hot Toys base.
There it is.
There it is.
This thing, dude, it's sold out too. It for a while it was up there, and then it's gone on Sideshow for once.
It looks like he's got his hilt. Does he also have the one that they get?
The one that they threw at him in the Genoshan.
Well, the green one they threw at him, and then Obi-Wan got a blue one. So Obi-Wan should have thrown him
a random one.
Yeah. Does he have that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's his, and then a random green one.
So here, see, it's the lighting. See, look at this one.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like he just cut down those Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, I do like the kind of menacing hint of this.
I think it helps with his chin down and his eyes looking up.
Yeah. Are they Pier's eye system?
I hate them. I slaughtered all of them.
I don't know if this one has the moving eyes.
No, it does. It does. It does. It has the purse because look, you see him like you see his eyes turned this way.
Okay,
yeah. So it's got
you know what? They'll probably have the other saber that Obi-Wan had when they come out with the Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
if they do an episode 2, they need to an episode 2 Obi and episode
they will.
1 Obi. How have they not yet? I really thought they'd do Padawan Obi this year.
I think they'll do an episode 1 Obi over the episode 2 just to match with them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think about a re-release of Dooku?
Yes, do it.
I could see it coming.
Yeah, me too.
Do it because I couldn't buy PJs and then Clay swooped in and
you
took
could
it.
have told me, man. I would have sold to you for a good price.
I know. I regret that.
I would have hooked you up.
Yeah, I had one for sale a while back.
Look at that, Jason. Actually, now I'm looking at these pictures. It doesn't look bad. I think the first couple of pictures look off because it's the lighting. But then look, I'm looking at this. It's like it's fine, right?
I think so. I think it's just the
Yeah,
lighting in the different pictures.
Yeah, like this one, that looks like him.
Yep.
This looks like me after the Acolyte.
He looks good with that cloak on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, here, see, it looks,
Yeah, them two look good together.
Yeah, the lighting is off in this one. I think
I regret not getting freaking Padme.
Me too.
You didn't get her?
I didn't get her because I'm gonna display Anakin like through the years, right? So, but then I was like, well, we're not gonna get the Clone Wars Anakin until next year and stuff, and whenever the Artisan one comes out, And then Joel was like, "I'm gonna sell my Padme if you want it for retail." I'm like,
Oh, dude.
sell
Dude,
it.
should've
And then he
jumped on
sold it a few months ago. I'm like,
Oh,
did
you
she
didn't
sell
get a chance
out?
to get it?
no, I didn't get it. He sold it.
Did
Oh,
she sell out
dude,
at
that's
Saatchi?
for.
Yeah, she goes quick.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
wow.
like 300, 350 now.
Damn.
Have you been
Yeah.
checking Emerald City to see if anyone
Oh.
brings one in?
Yeah, they're gone. I think actually they had one. I'm thinking correctly. I was up there with Clay, and they had one that an employee was holding, but he was kind of on the fence. And my buddy who works there, he's like, "Let me call and ask." And then I think he ended up being like, "Yeah, I don't want it." So then Clay was able to grab it.
Oh, nice.
So, damn him.
Yeah.
I gotta quit
Don't
being
take
friends
him with
people
you
local.
anymore looking for figures. He's gonna
Yeah, I
snag
can't
them.
be friends with local people anymore, man. They steal all this good shit.
Okay, so this just got announced. Can you guys want to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so HasLab returning to Tatooine.
Mm-hmm.
So we are getting. It would be cool if we got a land speeder, right? If they made a land
to go with it, yeah.
Yeah. So they're offering Mos Eisley.
Yep. The play set, the Cantina play set, yeah, for 3 3/4 figures.
Dude, who's backing this up with me? Oh my god!
I want to. It is really cool.
I don't know where you'd put it.
I don't know.
Then I'd have to buy all kinds of 3 3/4 just to fill it out with creatures and.
I know.
I said Joel's gonna be busy once this comes out.
Yeah,
people hitting him up for some.
I mean,
it's awesome though,
dude. It would be a nice like project, right? Like
imagine having that as a little kid.
Oh my god, dude!
Crazy.
I would not leave my house or my room.
Add little LEDs to this.
They're gonna be like, "Wow, PJ's been up there in his room for a long time." It's like, yeah, and I like the fact that you could like spread them out, put them in. Yeah, this is cool, man. You could. Yeah. So who's with me? Who's with me?
Not I. I don't know where I would put it.
I want to do it if I
do it. Just do it. Just do it with me.
I still got to pay for my Artisan Anakin, and that's coming out hopefully soon.
Oh yeah, I'm jealous.
That's the only thing holding me back is that's another $400 right there.
Hey, Jason,
how many are they? I was gonna say, how many do they need to back it so they can make it?
8,000.
Where are they at?
Like halfway through. They're 4,000 in. Well, I was gonna say, Jason, if you're interested, I would trade you my Artisan Luke Skywalker Dark Empire for your Anakin.
Oh, you got the Artisan Luke?
Yeah.
That thing's badass.
If you ever decide to want to even trade, let me know.
I'll put you first on the list.
Yeah, this looks cool, man. This is a lot of like awesome.
For the price, for $400, I think that's a pretty fair deal because you get, I think, what, 5 or 6 figures if they hit it.
Yeah. So you already get one. You get and
then you'll get the twins if they hit it. You get the
your kind's not
we
welcome
don't want
here.
your kind.
Oh, we don't want your kind. The Tonica sisters.
Dude, imagine, and then you have like R2 and C3PO on the steps until they can't come in. You have Han over here on a thing with Greedo. Like, you can make a really cool diorama with this.
Oh, you got Greedo. That's sick.
Han.
Nebrin leads. Well, I wouldn't even open up.
You get some cool figures.
So here's the thing, I would not open them up. I don't know. It's hard. All right.
Yeah, those are special.
Yeah. Anyone in the chat backing this up? Well, let's take a look at how much it costs.
The last minute, exactly. Far from. That's what happened with the Ghost. Everyone at the last like day or two was like, do it.
Yeah, I did. And you know what too? And if you wanna, I'm sorry, I'm not encouraging it, but if you say you have buyer's remorse, right? You can always sell it, and you will sell. You at least make your money back. Yeah, but most likely it will double in price. So, you could get the Cantina Deluxe. I guess is the whole thing. And
you get the other wall where you're like looking. where it's open so you can look into it, that there's a section there now. So you'd have kind of like a U rather than a half U.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll get the whole the deluxe set. So, did you back the ghost, Jason?
No, it was way too big. That thing would be the whole size of my room here. It's big, as cool as it was. The only I just regret, like everyone else, the sail barge. That one I would find space.
Yeah, the sail barge.
I'd find space for that, but that's
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, here we go. So the premium format is coming. I just want to figure no space for the canteen. Just do it, Tony. Just do it. Just do it. Here's the premium format Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. So you can see it comes with pretty much everything that the figure came with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty cool. Damn. I can't wait for this thing to go for pre-order.
Have they showed the full figure yet, or is it just teased?
It's been teased. I'm like, dude, just freaking.
When's it go up for pre-order? Next week?
They haven't released the pre-order date yet. So here's the other side of it. Yeah, I hope the light. I'm assuming the saber lights up.
Yeah,
dude. Like wait, Anthony, you said you're gonna pick this up, right?
Yeah, I'll most likely get that.
Oh, dude.
What scale is this one?
Quarter scale.
Because I have episode 1 Obi-Wan. I'm getting episode 3, so that'll be nice to have another one.
Yeah.
And then, maybe Sean will get tired of his high ground one.
No. That one's not going anywhere.
And then Anthony, when you get tired of it, then I'll be next in line for that one as well.
Right.
So,
yeah. Tony says, dude, I'm broke till 2026. I got the Mark and Hayden dual photo op. I'm done for. Dude, I am so jealous, man.
Nice.
Yeah, pricey, but that's damn cool.
Dude, that snuck up on everyone, right? No one was paying attention to Fan Expo Chicago. And then all of a sudden, Mark Hamill's there. Things are selling out. Now they added Hayden. Now they're doing a dual photo op. I'm like, I hope they come to MegaCon, right?
How much was the dual photo op?
$7.
Oh my god!
I read a thing. Mark's autograph, which all right, fine, it's the market. That's pun intended. But I read that his autograph is $400. If on a 8x10, if you want a helmet or premium item, $800.
Jeez. Oh my!
That's what I read.
God.
I don't know. I read that in some of the blogs talking about the photos and stuff.
Yeah, Tony, if you could confirm that, bro.
Paid $135 for his in 2012.
$700,
at Celebration,
dude.
Or Hot Toys in one statue. Yeah, but like Tony had said, I was talking about it earlier. Like, you could buy Hot Toys whenever. When can you meet the two of them? But it is tough if you don't plan ahead and they go, by the way, I hope you can come up with $700 in the next 48 hours because this is what I'm doing. Also get a trip ticket to Chicago, also a hotel, also if you were already planning on going, I guess it's like it's easier. But if you weren't, you're like, well, I'm shit out of luck.
Right.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think Sean and I would talk about if they planned this earlier, like we have enough time to book a hotel.
You can save up for it.
Save up for it. I mean, they got to do a better job announcing these guests just because it's hard now, right? Inflation is up, and to get to shell out $700 for an autograph, or even on top of that, now you want to do a dual photo op with Hayden and Mark Hamill. I mean, how could you not? It's father and son, right? And that is what, $500 or 400? Yeah, 500. Yeah, 400. Autos is 400. 500 premium item or 700 bulky item.
Dude, that's insane. I mean, goddamn. I don't know. Maybe I'm different because I'm not a millionaire right now. But I feel like at some point I would try and make, if I knew people were a fan of me or my character, I would try and make it somewhat affordable for them. And I know it's his managers or whatever putting it out there, but I don't know. Is Mark Hamill cool standing there and being like, $700, I'll sign your helmet? You know what I mean? Like, I'd feel kind of shitty doing that to people. I'd be like, grateful people even want to stand in my line, yet alone be like, give me $1,000 and I'll sign my name for you. I don't know. I don't know.
They probably looking at it differently.
Yeah. And the thing too is that like if you're gonna charge that much, and I know it's hard because there's gonna be a ton of people there. Number one, limit it to one per person, right? Don't make it like available to like all these like autograph seekers so that because they want to sell it online where
like
you're putting,
Homeboy
like
of Tennessee.
cases of like things for it to sign, because you know what, now like you're taking away my time that I want to spend with my hero, right? Because then by the time I get up, he's tired. He's like, hey kid, you know, like he's like, oh, what do you want me to do? And you're like, oh yeah, thanks, nice to meet you, Mark, you're my he's and then by the time you say you're my, they're like already pushing you out the door.
Dude, Celebration, he was talkative, and I think part of it was because the guy in front of me was a wagon with 20 figures, Funko, whatever it was, right? Mark Hamill, he's signing it knowing this shit's going up on eBay, this guy. And I wanted mine, I got mine personalized and stuff, so it was like you
got his autograph ready.
Yeah, and he's like, thanks for wanting to get this for yourself, not to flip later. So he was a little more personable, I think, because of that. But think of that, he's gonna be signing like 10,000 autographs, and those cons are no joke. Sean knows from MegaCon this year, that photo of you in the morning, and then we get it 2 hours later. You can't even stand and move. It's wild.
Yeah, it's just damn, that's crazy. And I'm happy for Tony and Ricky, just because they're they're gonna chill and get their autographs of their heroes. For me, man, like I don't know when I'm gonna meet Mark. I would like to get his autograph because that would scratch that off my bucket list of things I need to do for Star Wars, right? But man, yeah, it's a lot of money. So if it's $500 for a premium item, which is like a plaque, then right?
Yeah.
Holy God.
So is that anything other than a 8x10?
Yeah, I think
premium.
Yeah, 8x10's 400, and then 500 would be like on Ariel's plaque.
Jeez, man, 500. But it is Mark Hamill, man. I think I'd probably be like, oh, like hurting paying it. But then once I'm up there and I get his autograph, then I could be like, okay, scratch that off my bucket list. So, all right, cool. Congrats, Tony and Ricky. Gentle Giant stuff. This is I guess you could vote who do you want to to be your gift if you're a guild member. So yeah, but nothing new. I don't know. Is there anything else that I missed? There's really not much. Oh, I want to show this.
I know it's not Star Wars, but did you see the Wolverine hot toy? Dude, it looks amazing.
Can I? All right, we'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
Yes.
But just really quick, this is the base of the Darth Maul 1/3 scale piece. Yes. Some people say it was too tacky.
I like it, dude.
I like it, dude.
Dude, it's subtle enough.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Naboo starfighters on here. You got Obi and Qui-Gon ready to fight Darth Maul. I mean, that looks pretty cool. I mean, we'll know more. I think the pre-order goes up this week, so
different.
I like it, right? Mm-hmm. But then again, I'm biased because I'm a prequel fanatic. Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Dude, it's pretty
all right, guys. I know we're not talking Star Wars here for a second, but this was pretty freaking like in terms of like sculpt.
The sculpt's amazing. The outfit, it's pretty badass.
Oh, dude, the outfit is so cool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
dude,
this is.
Look at the sculpt. It's unreal.
It almost looked like a photo of him put onto this body.
Yeah.
Dude,
this is sick. This is like a 10 out of 10, man. I mean, look at this. This is like
it's amazing.
Caught me off guard. I'm like, wow, that is huge. Look at that. If I didn't tell you that this is a hot toy, you would think that this is a real. It was really, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, this is going to go down as one of their better sculpts.
Oh, look at it. It's a 10
Mhm.
out of 10. It's freaking
Yeah,
sick.
the hair looks freaking awesome.
And the
the
fact
whole
that he's in that
beard.
outfit. Yeah.
Yep, the arms, like because
Mhm.
his arms got like veins coming on top of veins.
Dude,
Yeah.
look at that. You got
Look at the mask. Oh,
Wow.
dude, that's sick.
the different sleeves or no sleeves. Man, that's
Mhm.
cool. That's badass. I didn't know it was that customizable.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm
Wow.
assuming he's gonna have like different outfits throughout the whole movie.
That is
I think
so
pretty
cool.
his sleeves are
badass,
going to
man.
get tore off.
That is
Yeah.
pretty badass, man.
I
Oh,
think
and
he
it
rips
looks like
them off himself.
there's some type of on the chest because he's got like some bullet holes or something.
Yeah.
Good eye.
Oh, yeah, not good catch. Like a chest plate or something.
Something,
Mhm.
yeah.
Damn,
Dude,
that
it's-
is, dude,
That's hard. That's a hard mother lover right there, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, it's sick.
I'd like to
I
see a
can't-
statue of that.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
think,
yeah.
dude, I think this is probably. I'm hoping is good. You know, it's made by Disney. It's. I mean, from judging from the trailers, I think they might have gotten like free reigns, right? Because they were saying a lot of like really dirty jokes in those trailers, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah, look at that.
That's a
That
badass
is-
pose.
Yeah, man. If I was still collecting Hot Toys, who am I kidding? I don't know.
You're like, oh my god, maybe I'm back.
Maybe I'm back.
Yeah,
No.
he's back.
This is that one cigarette PJ has at a party. He's like, I'm back on the train, on the wagon.
Guys, I quit like 20 years ago, guys.
Yeah, he's like Frank the Tank.
He's come on, just one
Exactly.
puff. Yeah, you know what? You live once.
Because what they're
Oh,
gonna
it
do is
tastes so
they're
good
gonna,
when it hits your lips.
yeah. When they release the new Deadpool to go with this, it's those two are gonna be cool together.
Yeah, I can't wait for this movie. That's one of the movies. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
It's one of the
I'm
movies I'm looking forward to.
Dude, it's badass.
Yeah. See, they're staying true to the character. I'm sure it's gonna be badass. I mean, it's the yellow outfit, the tiger stripes. This is what we read in the comics. Look at us. We're like salivating, and we're still collecting Hot Toys. I'm sure we would have bought this thing. See, that's all it does. If you want money, stay true to freaking lore. Stay true to the characters. How easy is that?
Dude, look how good that it's
Oh, my
insane how
God.
good they got that sculpt. The
Look at
arms,
this.
it's amazing.
But this one, dude, even the yeah, look at that, man. This is insane. Wow.
Oh, it's
Oh,
three
the
different head
different
sculpts.
Yeah, it's three
Yeah.
different sculpts.
Wow. Holy shit. How much
Dude.
is this? This is wild. I didn't with how
Oh,
much
it's got to be
customized.
400 at least.
No,
Yeah, all
it's
the
three.
customization.
It's 340.
Oh,
Dude,
It's not
that's
too bad.
Not bad at all for what you're getting.
Yeah, 3 head sculpts,
Yeah.
rolling eyeballs, changeable sleeves.
Battle
yeah,
down.
the whole
Yeah.
chest thing and the back thing with all the battle damage.
Yeah, look at that, man. This is
Yeah.
pretty good, man. Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
That is cool. But yeah, guys, you guys well, last thing we could talk about is any pickups. You guys picked up anything in the last
Nope.
No?
I'm getting
I got
really good.
a season 7 Ahsoka hot toy
Ooh,
from one of the groups. I never catch it where it's like a great deal and then it's like it's been up for an hour and then it's like 30 p.m. I'm like, shit, I missed it.
Yeah.
And this one I was at Home Goods with my wife and I look and I'm like, ooh, Hot Toys Ahsoka, $125 shipped.
Wow.
And
That's cheap.
Austin, he had commented like, that's a great figure. So I was like, okay, if he's commenting, it's probably so I messaged the dude. I was like, do you got Ahsoka? Because I've been wanting her, but I'm like, I don't want to spend $250 on her or whatever.
Oh yeah, 125.
125. Hell yeah, I can do that. So
Oh
I
yeah.
was able to snag that this week.
Yeah, 125. That's a steal, dude.
Yeah.
That's a steal of a price. Honestly, like if you look at the buy sell trade groups, you could get like really good deals on figures now.
Yeah, you can get lucky with some of it.
Yeah. Yeah, how many Hot Toys now you got, Jason?
I have close to 30 now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Nice.
But you know what it too is that you probably got it like for a lot of them for great deals, right?
yeah, I ones I paid full price for,
Mhm.
I maybe have like 5 or less that I paid retail $250. You know,
Right.
a lot of them was deals, trades, finding them on the 1/6 groups. I mean, the Clone Wars animated Anakin Obi-Wans, they want like 260 or 280 on Sideshow for them.
Mhm.
I got both of those on the buy sell trade groups for like 125 a piece.
Holy
Wow.
So-
jeez!
Hey
Yeah,
Jason,
I
where
paid
did you get that Anakin arm behind you?
this thing.
Uh-huh.
It's I'll
Damn.
find the link and send it to you. It's like a kid's like science project thing.
Whoa!
Oh, really?
And it attaches, you build it and you attach it, it's on this thing, and you pull this lever and it kind of like moves it and bends it.
Uh-huh.
But it makes like a great
Okay.
prop. I mean, it's 1/1 scale pretty much, you know.
Yeah, it looked pretty. I saw it back there and I was like, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'll find the link and send it to you. You can find them. I think I got this one on like Marketplace for like $60. They're like $60 to $100 I've seen.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad.
But yeah,
I always
that's cool.
thought, do you remember the I think it was Sideshow that did it and they had the T800 arm in the
Mhm.
like I always thought that would be a really cool thing to do with like Anakin's arm in a cat
With
Yeah.
the
type thing.
Well, yeah, I actually wanted to get the T800 arm
Mhm.
and just reenact that scene. Remember, like when they just like smashed it on the,
Yeah.
they threw it to the ground.
hmm
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, I
to
always
do.
thought that would be
That would have
a
been
cool
very
prop
expensive.
for Star Wars to do that.
Yeah, yeah, and like an Anakin arm. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
pretty cool. I would have done that too.
Yep.
Yeah. Sean, did you get anything?
Nah, I've been
Been
good. Been
How
real
about
good.
you, Anthony?
Nah, nothing.
Yeah, same, man.
I'm
I've
just waiting
actually-
on that Anakin versus Obi-Wan statue. That's the only thing I've got. I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool,
The,
dude.
the monster.
Dude,
Mhm.
I was just talking to Jeff about that today. I was like, you gotta put me in your will to get that, man, because I'm never gonna find. Because in hindsight, like I was thinking when it came out, I was like, that's a good price. For me, it's a little tight to throw money at that. And now, a few months later, I'm like, I could have been paying $250 a month toward that bad boy or whatever it was, you know,
Yeah.
to get it. Because yeah, dude, that's gonna be
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
gonna
where the
be a
hell it's
piece.
going. I'll probably
It's
get
right
rid
on
of
the kitchen table.
Yeah,
Just-
I'll probably have to get rid of this TV behind me or something.
I would do that.
Yeah,
I
it's-
would do
It's
that.
big.
If you,
I would
you don't
do
watch
that.
the TV, put it right
No.
there.
Yeah, put it downstairs in your living room, the TV or kitchen.
Oh hell no! I don't trust. I
Far
don't
from.
trust my cat. He'll be
Oh.
up there on that damn statue climbing around. I don't trust him for 2 seconds flat.
I'm busted. Far from. You got me. You got me.
What does it say? He's saving his money for.
He said I'm saying for Acolyte statues and figures.
Yeah, there you go.
No, Sean, I'm gonna actually, for the next episodes, I'm gonna try and put a clip of that the witches yelling.
Oh yeah,
And I'm gonna put it like in our little like video thing here.
do it. Do it.
That'll be
Yeah.
funny.
It reminded me of like in Temple of Doom when they were like all of them in the back are going. Holy Shiba, holy Shiba.
I would rather
Yeah,
take
yeah.
that. Dude, I would rather take that than.
I can deal with that in Temple. That's all fine.
I could deal with that. Honestly, I was like, yo, are there turkeys in Star Wars now? Like, what the hell is going on? I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Short
At
bus
least the
riding.
Temple of Doom, it's like these Aborigine people that don't know any, that's their thing.
Yeah, but it was just like
That's
it was kind of
acceptable.
like it's kind of like they all dressed up and they went out like they were doing something for like some cult, and then it was like they kind of tossed in a little like it sounded like Lost Boys, and then you got them in the background hooting and hollering, like yeah. You know what? Another thing that irritated me.
Oh no!
Spice cream.
Oh, the spice cream.
Yeah.
They were fighting over that, right?
Oh god, like
Oh, is that what they called it? Spice
cream.
Oh, that's just yeah. Obi, we've already talked about it, so you can
Yeah,
go back and enjoy it.
yeah. We gave it a 0, not to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
by the way,
Eversole was 2.
But by the way, I actually got picked up that Oreo cookies.
Oh, you found
Did
them?
you?
Yeah,
I
I got
can't
Dark
find them,
Side.
man.
I got a Dark Side. I got it from my local Target. So I know some people. Is it
Is that
really
the only
hard to?
place that's, is that the only place that sells it? Target?
I think anybody, right? You could find it.
Everyone in SRL's been looking for it, and I went to order them online, and then they wanted another like $20 to ship it. I'm like, what for a $7 bag of Oreos? I'm not paying for that.
Scott got it.
Are they double stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
thought you were. Well, no, I just wanted to
calling you out.
Kinda. No, but I mean, I wanted to see what I got. I got Dark Side. So I don't know. Oreo. I'm not a big. When I was a kid, I was a huge fan of Oreo. Obviously, now I can't.
Well, if they're not double stuff, they ain't worth eating.
Yeah. And he goes, I went to the grocery store and Target didn't see any, so I ended up with a regular one because I couldn't say no.
You just bought it.
You just bought it.
You were tempted to the dark side.
Well, I was gonna ask you guys. So the new Novo is selling the ready-to-wear Stormtrooper armor.
Oh wow,
dude, I want one. Then like I want to get a mannequin, and just like
that would be cool.
Right?
That cost, I mean that's cost as much as a statue, and then by the time you buy it,
awesome.
Dude, I've always wanted to have like a Stormtrooper armor.
That would be cool.
Me too.
Wish they would do I bet you a clone trooper would be freaking sick.
Jason, let's cosplay for MegaCon. We're 2 Stormtroopers.
Dude, I would love to have a Stormtrooper.
You should dress up
so cool.
like get some braids and be like COVID May.
What?
Like get the braid, like the hair, like get a wig, and then be like COVID May.
COVID May.
Yeah, with the mask.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, but this is pretty cool, man. Like, and the fact it's ready to wear, I don't think you need much, right? Like in terms of
does it
I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't come with like the boots. Oh, there it shows you everything. So I guess you have to get the boots probably.
Yeah. So
blaster gloves, neck seal.
I definitely am endomorph now.
Blaster gloves and neck seal are not included.
Oh, okay. So
what's it say?
Yeah.
Boots. Go down.
Boots, blaster gloves, and neck seal not included.
Oh,
5'8" to 6
foot. Oh wait,
foot.
the helmet you got to purchase separately. Oh come on, that was.
Oh, $1,000 for just the armor.
Yeah, that's
enough. That is.
Then you got to buy the helmet, the boots.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, like you get the chest armor. That's it.
The helmet's $400.
Yeah, it'll be $2,000 by the time you get done.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought it was $1,000.
Yeah, for the whole suit.
They need to come out with their damn Death Trooper helmet. I've been waiting to buy that.
Yeah. Didn't that guy say last year that it was coming?
Dude, it was over a year ago. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it. Come out with it." And
that's what he said. They were gonna do it on May 4th last year.
Yeah, he was on our show talking about it, and
I'm
like, okay, as soon as it comes out, because I wanted the Specialist, the one with the light on it.
Yeah,
and they announced flashlight. Get the other one. We'll put a flashlight on it.
Yeah, it was just
you'll never be able to tell the difference.
No,
that's the way Disney does it. Why not?
Yeah.
To
get a mag light.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get. Well, the EFX is coming out with some of the cool ones. Bo-Katan came out right recently. I know I saw Gabe review it.
Yeah, Brian got one.
Brian, okay.
Yeah, Brian McStyler got one.
Oh, he did. Okay. Yeah, I was curious to see how different it would be from like the Hasbro one. Dude, I'm like in my GameStop, my local GameStop. Every time I go in there, I'm always debating if I should get this. They have the slave one from the Book of Boba, like was that the Hasbro 3 3/4 inch? Like,
dude, yeah.
For $150, it's on clearance. I don't know if I should pick it up.
It's like $50 off, or I think.
Yeah, $50 off. It was like close to 200. I don't know if I should do it. Maybe trade in some games.
Cool prop. Yeah, if you don't play the games.
Yeah. I don't know.
That'd be a cool little display piece.
Yeah, I was debating. So
do it.
I don't know. too much stuff going on.
Do it so we can say someone got something in bounty pickups next week.
I know, right? Hey guys, so I got something. But all right, guys. So I think we pretty much said what we need to say about the Acolyte. Thank you to Jason. It was a pleasure having you on the show, man.
Yes,
Always.
Yes.
So if you guys want to catch Jason, you can catch him in Spice Runners Lounge every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Definitely check those guys out. They have lots of fun, a lot of drinking,
Thank you.
a lot of cool things that they talk about. So I can't wait to hear the rest of the gang's opinion about the Acolyte.
Oh yeah.
This Friday. By the way, happy birthday or happy belated birthday to Joel Hazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was his birthday the other day. I wish him a happy birthday on Facebook.
35, right? He turned 35.
I think so, yeah.
So happy birthday to him. A happy birthday to Thor. Shout out to Thor, my other brother from another mother. Happy birthday to the Dark Lord himself. Yeah, guys, we'll be back again next Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, I canceled my Disney Plus subscription, but luckily for me, I still have another month before it completely goes out. So hopefully I could, finish the show by then. Hopefully it gets better. I want it to get better. Hopefully we don't get any more episodes like this one. Oh my gosh.
Maybe they'll fill in these holes and maybe not.
Yeah, we shall see.
I think the lightsaber whip is gonna.
Ooh. Yeah, we got that coming.
Okay, never mind. It's gonna fight someone. So not the other.
Yeah.
I think the lightsaber whip is good. We're just gonna be like.
We'll see. All right. So thank you guys again. Thank you, Anthony, for hopping on the show.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, Sean, another one in the books. All right, guys. We'll be back again next week. May the midichlorians be with you guys always and forever.
Reggie's.
Oh my God.